results for Bypoll elections are out. Opposition India Bloc has won 9 of the 13 assembly election seats. The Bypoll elections were held in 13 constituencies across 7 states, while the BJP has only won 2 seats in the Bypolls. Trinamool Congress has won all the 4 assembly seats in Bengal on which the elections have been held. The Congress has swept 2 seats in Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh. The BJP has bagged 1 seat each in Himachal Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh as well. In Raiganj in West Bengal, TMC leader Krishna Kalyani has defeated BJP leader Manas Kumar Ghosh by over 50,000 votes. Himachal Chief Minister Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu's wife Kamlesh Thakur has won Dehri bypolls as well. And BJP candidate Ashish Sharma has defeated Congress leader Pushpinder Verma by over 1,500 votes in Himachal's Hamirpur seat. As the bypolls have been the first elections since the Lok Sabha polls, it has been a significant test for both the NDA and the India Alliance. We'll talk about this. Joining us on the show is Mr. Mukesh Tyagi, BJP spokesperson. Gautam Seth, Congress spokesperson, also joins us on the show. And Mr. Pratham Bose, columnist, joining us on the program as well. Thank you, everyone, for being a part of this conversation. Gautam, I'll begin with you. Well, first up, congratulations. This is good news for the India Alliance. Majority of the seats have been won by your party and, of course, your associates and affiliates. What do you make of this resurgence of sorts for the India Bloc?
You see, the resurgence began with the results of the 2024 parliamentary elections, and the trend is continuing. The BJP cannot dismiss these results by just calling them bypolls, because these are trends from 7 different states. So you cannot ignore what the feeling of the voter is on the ground. And the feeling of the voter is very clear. It is a vote against Narendra Modi. It is a vote against the Bharatiya Janata Party. And that trend has begun in India. It had begun for us also in 2014. We kept on losing one election after the other after that. But the same has now started for the Bharatiya Janata Party. And you should see that even in the upcoming assembly elections, be it Maharashtra or Haryana, the India Alliance is going to form the government. And we are very confident because the people of the country have again and again, even these results have shown that they have reposed their faith in the India Alliance.
Mr. Tyagi, how do you respond to what Gautam has said, that this is not only a resurgence, this is perhaps, an alarm for the Bharatiya Janata Party and perhaps the NDA as well? How do you look at the situation? Though they are bypolls, they do commute a trend of sorts. So you're muted.
Yeah, sorry. One second. Is it okay now?
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Okay, Vineet. Good evening to you, Vineet. I would like to congratulate TMC and India Alliance for making a fairly good amount of victory in the bypoll elections. And certainly they deserve kudos for what they have done. And I would also pay my very, very high respect to the voters who have taken a certain position in these hustings. But, I don't think they need to get that enthusiastic with these bypoll results that they are thinking they are going to sweep the elections in the near future. The point is that very recently the Lok Sabha elections have happened. And there has been some diminishing trend against BJP, but does not mean that BJP is losing its grip in the national or pan-India politics. BJP continues to remain very deeply entrenched into the politics of this country. The workers are highly motivated. This is a short interval. Maybe, this is the way the democracy functions. That democracy does not allow anybody to have any complacency. And I think it's a great wake-up call for BJP. If there has been some rot in BJP, if there has been some deterioration or some workers, some sections, some inter-party leadership feud, so I'm sure BJP is very, very quick enough to deliberate on all those lapses which has happened politically. As a result, NDA has scored, India Gadbandhan has scored against NDA. But I think this celebration may not last for too long. I'm very sure BJP will regain its hold. We are already very strong on the mass level. We have got workers all over. Kerala, we have won, which was next to impossible. You have seen West Bengal from 2 to 18 in 2019 election. So this swing does not mean that you are predicting the future trend of the politics. So this I disagree, and you will see to it, Vinny. There are few state elections are coming. and there will be bypolls coming in Uttar Pradesh. I'm very sure that BJP will regain its confidence with the people.
Mr. Pratham Bose, well, is this something to ponder over for the ruling government, NDA, or do you think that the enthusiasm that the India Bloc was able to enjoy after the Lok Sabha results is perhaps carrying on? And if so, what kind of a shift are we seeing in the mindset of people across the country, as is denoted by these results in various states?
No, first of all, I will disagree to that this is a reflection of the Lok Sabha results straight away. You cannot just put a straight jacket thing. There are different states have different, when India Bloc will go into assembly polls, then we will realize Maharashtra is a different ballgame, Uttar Pradesh will be another ballgame, and India will not exist in West Bengal when it comes to election. So what happened in Lok Sabha is we know that en masse across the country, minorities have picked up Congress. That had been a huge force. And in West Bengal, we can see clearly on two sides of Bengal, there was a sudden shift. On one side, there was competition. On the other side, the balance had tilted. So if you look at West Bengal politics, politically BJP is very much there. But because of the consolidation of votes on either side. But let me now get into, say, West Bengal. There are two ways to look at it. One, West Bengal is a state where by-elections are always swept by the ruling party, for reasons we all know. Only last week, someone in Trinamool Core Committee in Birbhum, a minority leader said that we are taking the lead in ensuring win for the party by using force. He mentioned about bomb making and etc. I'm not getting into that, but the problem here is that post-election BJP has been quite in a disarray. If we look at West Bengal results, 2 seats they should have lost, Raiganj and Maniktala. Maniktala is because of demography, and both Raiganj and Maniktala, you can see the Trinamool candidate in Raiganj had contested in the by-election for assembly. He is quite a rich man there. But the loss in Bagda and Ranaghat are alarm bells for BJP, for the organization is in a disarray, I must say. In West Bengal, it was completely in shambles. The voters are ready. Voters have voted. I mean, do any critical analysis of Lok Sabha election in West Bengal. Voters have done their bit. Voters were ready to vote for BJP. But the leadership was not. This is absolutely in disarray. So that demoralization might have worked nationally. I haven't studied but taking by-election to national level is very risky. I'm just ending here with one example. Before the 2019 Lok Sabha election, there was a Bypoll Lok Sabha by-election in UP. And there was a huge media brouhaha about it because the opposition won it. But the results did not reflect that. I am sure the 2024 results will have some impact, but it will be seen how BJP reacts. If they fail to react, if they just collapse like a pack of cards, that's a different issue, which I don't expect. And if it's all hunky-dory, I don't expect all hunky-dory for India Alliance either. For simple, basic structural reasons. Both SP and Congress has to contest on the same vote bank in UP.
All right, Gautam, would you say, and as per what we've heard from Mr. Tyagi and Mr. Bose as well, that it would be hyperbolic to assume that this is in any way a reflection of, the unpopularity which the Congress has always claimed to be seeping into the BJP's reputation in the country?
No, absolutely this is. If you look at the 2 seats that the Bharatiya Janata Party has won, one in Himachal and one in Madhya Pradesh, one by a margin of 1,500 votes and the other by a margin of about 3,200, 3,300 votes. So even look at the margins from which they have won these seats. Only two, and that one from 1500 and one from 30 to 3300. People are not interested to vote for politics of division, politics of polarization, and people want to bring back the country's political discourse to the issues that matter to them in their day-to-day life. They do not want to have conversations about certain controversies created over prime times, which actually will not make a difference for a poor man to fill his stomach, to give education to his child, to get better health facilities, to get better infrastructure. Look at the infrastructural collapses happening in this country. It is shameful that the government has also failed to take responsibility in terms of the infrastructural collapses that have suddenly fallen upon this country after formation of NDA 3.0. So all I want to say is that this is the message of the people of India, that we will only vote for issues that matter. And as Congress, we want democracy to thrive. We want BJP to talk about these issues. We never say BJP Mukt Bharat. They said Congress Mukt Bharat. We do not want the ideology to die. We want the competition to be there. We want the democracy to get strengthened. But if they will continue to play with what people actually vote for, if they will continue to disarray people away from governance and for what they have been voted to power for, then this is what they are going to get in return. So my advice to Mukesh ji and the Bharatiya Janata Party is that they must start talking about people-centric and policy issues. I mean, stop doing the kind of politics you were doing for the last 10 years. It worked at a time, but I'm sorry, the people have totally dismantled the kind of politics that you do now.
Mr. Tyagi, would you like to respond to that? And do you think that this is also a cause for, the NDA to have some sort of a chintan?
No, absolutely agree with you, Vineet. After even Lok Sabha elections, we need to go for a very massive introspection, because BJP intrinsic value is very high. It is a matter of manifestation. A number of factors have contributed. Maybe the scorching heat, maybe the people who are overconfident that BJP is sweeping elections across the country. There have been maybe lack of motivation by the workers. There can be a number of factors which has led to a slight debacle in the Lok Sabha election. So that BJP is fully aware of that. It is not something BJP is not aware. Not immediately within the span of a few weeks, the Bypoll elections have happened, and based on that, he's jumping onto the conclusion that India Gathbandhan has made a solid inroads in Indian voters. I think it's a fallacy of thought. In Himachal Pradesh, haven't we swept all the 4 seats? Whether it was all the 4 seats were swept by NDA. So now, Himachal Pradesh, the margins of the difference is so low. It is little fraction of swing here and there can alter the outcome of the elections. So I'm not denying that we have lost in Himachal Pradesh, but in this Bypoll, but we are very strong. Maybe people didn't accept that some Congress MLAs switching over to BJP, and maybe there has been some kind of a discontentment amongst the elements. So we need to do analysis. But if they are jumping onto the conclusion that they are becoming a pan-India popular party, I think that's a very preposterous conclusion. Time will tell how BJP will redeem its strength, power, and we have that organization power. We have those workers. We have the organizational strength to deal with this kind of thing, and you will see to it in the future. BJP, including West Bengal, I'm telling you, maybe TMC is celebrating right now, but TMC entire model, Vineet, has been a violence and threat and intimidating voter to vote their candidates. You have seen the way violence was unfolded in West Bengal. So Mamata Banerjee is exactly replicating what CPM did many years back, and she is fully blowing out shamelessly the violence model and threatening people. I have met, let me tell you, very senior people from TMC leadership, and they were all saying we are scared of Mamata Banerjee. We don't know what will happen if we just raise a voice of dissent against her. So they are, so West Bengal is a very different ball game altogether. Himachal Pradesh, yes, and Uttarakhand also, we are not very happy. So I think we need to take a very deep look inside and redeem our position. And I'm very sure redemption will not be too far off.
All right. Mr. Bose, there are assembly elections in 2024 as well. You have Haryana and Maharashtra that go to polls somewhere towards the end of this year in November, if I'm not mistaken. You've obviously said something which is very correct, that every state, every constituency And every type of people vote in a different manner and in a different module and method. But, the Lok Sabha elections and how the BJP has fared and how the other parties have also come up the ranks in terms of their performance, will that also have a bearing on how Maharashtra and Haryana are likely to vote?
See, Maharashtra is very matured voting. It's in Maharashtra, it's not lathi-baji, giving money. It's very narrative-oriented voting that takes place there. It's a really developed state attitude towards sports. BJP did have lots of mistakes in its politics in Maharashtra in the past. They have suffered for that. They have been doing it in a string almost, series of mistakes. So there is a possibility, there is of course a possibility, very strong possibility that the opposition will do better. That is clear in Maharashtra. In Haryana, again, it's a different ballgame. One particular, a very small minority group of community that, not in religious sense, that wants to control maintains its hegemony over there. BJP wanted to break it, but the process had been, there were certain problems in the process. So there were corruption charges, these, that. So that had ruined its case to some extent. But one has to see. I don't think Haryana will be a passover so easily. But Maharashtra is another ballgame.
Mr. Tyagi, before I in fact go to Gautam, I want you to tell me what you think is going to happen for the BJP in Maharashtra and Haryana. We've already seen how the BJP did receive a snub of sorts in the state of Maharashtra.
No, I agree with you. There has been a moderate response. There has been a moderate shift to Sharad Pawar and to Uddhav Thackeray. But I think Eknath Shinde has given a very solid performance. And the people were predicting that Eknath Shinde will be losing out completely. But I think Eknath Shinde's performance establishes that they are in a very strong position, and Maharashtra we should win back, and I don't foresee much reason right now. There's a lot of confabulations going on between Sharad Pawar, Uddhav Thackeray. There's a lot of internal fight going on, and so I'm not sure how long will they last and what will be the disintegration in Mahayukti. Whether they'll be with the Mahagadi government, Mahagadi party, and what will happen, God knows. So this is something we're very flux right now. So Vineet, I'll not be able to really comment what will be the final outcome. But yes, it's a very challenging state right now because there are many permutations, combinations happening. Voters are divided into different factions and groups. So there will be some consult. But I'm sure with Mr. Modi's leadership, and with Mr. Modi's charisma and BJP's working power out there, and having seen some bad results in recent past in Maharashtra, BJP will full gear and ensure that we come back in Maharashtra. As far as Haryana is concerned, Haryana we have done a lot of leadership change. We have changed the chief minister, and we have also made organizational changes there. There again, it's again a state of flux. It's a challenging game. There has been some agitation by the farmers, and we need to regain their confidence because they were highly misled, the farmer community. There is a lot of caste equation which is right now at play, but BJP is full swing trying to address all these issues. And again, with Mr. Modi's charisma, I'm sure Haryana voters understand where their better future lies, and they will again support BJP in Haryana.
Right, and Gautam, what is the Congress and the INDI Bloc, going to do for Maharashtra and Haryana? There have been criticism for some of the people who have left the Congress party in the past as well, that, opportunities have not been taken advantage of by the Congress party, but now you have the support of the INDI Bloc. There is a gleaming future for this bloc as long as you keep your differences aside and you keep your commonalities, adjusted. What do you think is the opportunity here for the INDI Bloc?
I think India Alliance has learnt one thing very well in 2024 elections, and that is that until and unless we will not talk about things that people want to hear about, we will not talk about policies that people want to know about, we will not talk about solutions to the problems of the people, nothing is going to succeed. We did that in 2024, we succeeded well. And we are going to continue to do that in Haryana and Maharashtra. We will let them do their polarization. We will let them do their division politics because they are best at it and people are very hard-hittingly going to reject it all. And we are going to talk about issues that people want to hear about. We are going to offer solutions, policy-based, budgetary allocation-based solutions to the people, to their issues, to their day-to-day problems. And I am sure once we do that, that is the kind of politics that today's India wants to see, that the younger generation wants to see. And the India Alliance is on to that path. And with absolute confidence, let me tell you, that the India Alliance is upbeat, confident, and sure that we are likely to form the government in both these states.
All right, Mr. Bose, we're almost at the fag end of our show. Obviously, it's a hard task to have a bowl in front of you and predict what the future is going to hold. But even when it comes to the India Alliance, before the Lok Sabha elections as well, there have been issues related to agendas that each party had wanted to pursue when it came to their own political fortunes and future. Is that something which is going to continue in the India Alliance? And if so, is that going to impact the threat that they're trying to portray towards the Bharatiya Janata Party?
The basic threat to, say, for example, this, first of all, it's, whatever the results are, it's ragtag. Mamata Banerjee will not enter into any kind of seat sharing with anyone. She is happy as long as someone is giving her the minority votes. That's all. So these are the basic features within the system. How they are going to overcome it. It is not, see, right now they are on a high, which is, and BJP is clearly, somehow, absolutely, they got 240, but they are behaving as if they got 40. That is their body language, at least on ground. So that is making things a little difficult for them. And I must appreciate here is that the opposition communication has been super. It is just giving them, 10, beating BJP in 10 goals to 1. It is such a difference in creating the rhetoric and taking messages forward. So these are on ground, these are on television channel debates, but when you go to on ground, there things can be very different when, you SP and Congress has to contest for that same vote bank. And BJP has seen where the problems are. If they reorganize and get back, then things will be, things will not be as easy for ND. They have to fight on their own, because after all, please remember, if there is one very significant trend that has appeared this 2024, is that 14% votes in India are going to one pocket. They are following one diktat. And that is not a very likable situation for the states which really make the results.
All right. Mr. Tyagi, before we end, would you like to respond to that?
Yeah, I think the consolidation and polarization of the votes, for example, in West Bengal, which is obviously like she's addressing only in a secular country, only one community against the interests and at the detriment of other communities. So they are playing a very naked, dirty politics. And this dirty politics is crept in as a result of India Alliance. They were against all caste politics. Rajiv Gandhi did not implement Mandal Commission report. Now they are thriving on the caste division. So that is where the country is going to face a very serious challenge, because they are creating a caste feud. And I'm sure we want to have a level playing field, and we want voters to consider the development model as the prime model for considering the voting, and which they are trying to break into it. They have suddenly raised their voice, the bar has gone up, but I'm very sure soon people will realize that this is a sweet poison they are serving to the people at the cost of their own development. And BJP will understand this situation, and you will see to it with our budgetary announcement soon going to happen. You will see many schemes which will be for the people of this country. You will see the accelerated development. Prime Minister Modi said, "Abhi tak to trailer tha, abhi to puri film baki hai." So you will see the new development models will be unfolding in this country, and people will get benefited out of it. And you will see to it the entire paradigm will undergo a tectonic shift, and NDA will regain its supremacy.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.